Hello Mountaineer fans and welcome into another edition of Talking About Preseason. This is the Southern Vermont College 2018 Baseball Edition and we are joined by three Mountaineers today from left to right. We've got Junior Captain Zach Stacy, Senior Captain Nico Diagnis, and Junior Joe Brain. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Nico, let's start with you. How do you think the preseason has gone so far?
A lot of hard workers on the team, a lot of ambition. We stayed busy even though we didn't really have a coach throughout the beginning of the fall. It was run by a lot of the upperclassmen. The younger guys really stayed locked in though, and they listened to what we had to say. And they were excited too, and everyone got really close quickly, which is really important when the team starts bonding early on. So I think that's going to go a long way this year.
Joe, who has raised the eyebrows of you and the other guys with how they've performed during the preseason?
Well, I'll be honest. We had a lot of upperclassmen coming back. Juniors in my class and 5 seniors coming returning. And as Nico reminded, that losing the coach was hard. But with that and going through that conflict, we had a few key guys like Cody Sullivan and Pete Schmidt out of our junior class really find a dominant role and leading by example during those fall practices. And guys coming in as in like freshmen, we've got a few key arms like Dylan Ramirez and David Payne. Both of them look like they have potential out of the pitching staff. We just got a lot of potential, and a lot of guys are really starting to step up, and when the season comes, hopefully we see who's going to fill those spots.
Zach, do you think you guys are ready for the start of the regular season this upcoming weekend, or could you use a little more time during your preseason training?
Oh, well, we haven't been outside yet, so we could definitely use a little more time there. It's kind of hard to work on too much stuff in the gym. But as far as mindset, I think we're ready. We've been going live in the cage. Obviously, it's not the most ideal, but gets us somewhat ready, and I think we'll do fine. I think we're in a good spot, and yeah.
Nico, how has this preseason been different than those of years past that you've been here?
I think the guys are just more locked in. They want to win. They know what happened last year, and they don't want it to happen again. And I know the coaching staff, both of the coaches are putting in a lot of drills that are focused on just improving people position by position, and pitchers are doing what they got to do, hitters are doing what they got to do, and we're working on our weaknesses, so we can hopefully scrap those by the time this weekend comes.
Joe, what's been the best part about the preseason?
Let's see. Besides the fact working with a coach and working with a new process, and really already had built this chemistry going through the fall with the team that we have today. And I guess the biggest thing and the most looking forward to is just the bond that we've built with this team, the struggle we've overcome, and our ambition and our hopes are set high for ourselves. So with that combined, hopefully we can take ourselves to that conference tournament.
Zach, other side of that question, what's been the worst part about the preseason?
The worst part? Definitely being in a gym, not being able to get outside, but again, adjusting to a new coaching style that we haven't been used to. It's a little different, getting to know everybody, like the new coaches, getting everybody closer together still, because we struggled a little bit in the fall without a coach, so we're still working on that. But majority of it's been good though. There's been little downside, and we've been looking good so far.
Nico, what are you guys going to have to do in order to get into the postseason?
A lot of it's just fixing our weaknesses from last year. Coming off from my sophomore year 2 years ago, we were in the conference tournament, and the year after that, losing half the games that we won. There's just small adjustments to make. We only graduated a few guys, and we have the tools to win games. So I think it's just the little adjustments that are really going to go a long way. And hopefully we make those adjustments because we won't have a problem winning the conference.
Joe, what will the team have to do in order to be, quote, successful? And do you think you guys can accomplish that?
One thing really is TTP, trust in the process. We have a lot of guys at a lot of different ages this year. We're really spread out among classes. What it takes usually for a team to be strong is for the underclassmen to really trust and believe the upperclassmen and what we were trying to push on, and then also how we react with our coaches and respect them all. Respect goes a long way, and just really trusting the process, taking it day by day, hoping that we accomplish what we're looking forward to accomplish.
Zach, what aspect or characteristic makes this team special and is going to separate itself from the rest of the league?
Just probably the work ethic. We have nobody slacking off. You know, everybody's coming and giving their best effort, getting better every day, and that's really what counts at this point. You know, you just got to get better, do what you can in the gym, again, because it sucks, but whatever. And we have nobody who's really not invested. Everybody's there, everybody's together, and just getting better day by day.
Nico, what are you most looking forward to here in your senior season?
I want to go out with a successful year. I just want everyone else to, have the mindset that we're gonna go win. And if we do that, I'll be thrilled. But if we make it to the playoffs, I'll be thrilled. Whatever our common goal is, let's just go out and do it, and let's end with a bang.
Joe, what game or two on the schedule are you and the other guys really looking forward to?
I guess you can't really pin it to a game because every game, every inning, every pitch really counts. At this point, looking at our prior experience, having gone through obstacles, having lost guys, having picked up new guys, having to take on different roles that we weren't expecting, say, early on this season, but having become now. So you can't really put it to one game. Obviously, we're going to want to stick it to everybody out there. Leslie, for having been conference champions last year, we won 2 out of 3. And we want to take 2 out of 3. We want to sweep them again. Second to that, Mitchell is always someone to look out for, and always someone who's ready to play in game, and always a team that finds a way to win. So we're trying to replicate that, match that, and fight fire with fire, come against them.
Zach, what can the Mountaineer fans expect to see out of the team this year?
A lot, I'd say. Probably a lot more wins than last year, I would say. Hopefully. And I think that's going to happen. And, fun games, score a lot of runs, some good pitching, some good hitting, and just overall great baseball.
All right, very good. Well, those are all of the kind of serious questions I have for you guys. I have a handful of more lighthearted questions that we can open it up for all of you. Just feel free to jump in with your answers as they come to your head here. First one, who's the best MLB The Show video game player on the team?
Me, hands down. But I haven't played everybody on the team, so I can't say that.
Me either. I have no idea.
I'm not good.
But I will give some credit to Monty Hogue. He's pretty dang good, I'll be honest. And Cody Sullivan, for sure. I've only played against one freshman. And the freshmen, they have their own little ring of sports competition, so I'll have to figure that one out real soon.
I've heard that this Fortnite thing has been gaining a lot of traction lately. Who is the best Fortnite player on the team?
Me.
Nate.
Me.
Me. No, I heard Nate's pretty
I'd
good.
say.
Nate plays
But
a lot.
Nate Hickey he's a lot of good game clips recorded, I would say. I might have a few better. Luigi Maglioka, he's pretty good too.
you don't play football.
Oh, now he does. He's got P4. P4 now. He's all over that.
Who's got the best dance moves on the team?
No.
I mean, my boy Banks.
Oh, I'll give it Banks. I'll give it Banks.
Jordy. Banks, yeah. Him and Hicks. Little Ryan Colon, he thinks he can sway a little bit.
He thinks.
Who's got the worst dance moves on the team?
Nick Hartman.
Nick Hartman.
Hands down.
Nick Hartman. He's cute.
Who's got the best home run trot?
I mean, shoot, we hope John Rancio, that's for sure.
Dan's not.
But,
Home run trot. You ran around the bases.
Because I don't expect it.
Dan
So I'm
Mason.
excited.
Yeah, Dan Mason. He's got a good swagger to him when he struts, when he moves.
Yeah, in his classes.
Who's most likely to grab the aux cord and be the team DJ on road trips?
Thanks.
Banks or Nate, and if we allow it, if we're in that kind of mood, we'll allow John to jump on there. But that's only if we're probably going to play
We're pumped
with
up.
Leslie.
Yeah.
Very, very niche.
Yeah.
Who's the most likely to not necessarily be late, but be the last one to show up for the team bus? So looking at you, Joe.
Well, I've done it.
Joe Brand.
I've done it a time or
St.
two.
Paul's close.
years
Santoro.
past.
John.
That's one of the downfalls. A couple of us guys aren't very good at waking up at alarm clocks.
Reese.
Yeah, Reese,
Dylan, David, all the freshmen.
Reese
Nick
Lazoy,
Santoro.
new guy from.
80% of our team. But we'll make it.
Get there eventually.
Yeah, we'll.
All right, very good, gentlemen. Once again, thanks for joining us today. The Mountaineers open up regular season action this Saturday, February 17th, with a 3-game series against Maryville in Tennessee over the weekend. And then the Mountaineers open up New England Collegiate Conference with opening day down at Bill Epstein Field on the SVC campus, Sunday, March 18th against Elms College. And senior day for Nico and the other senior guys will be here on the SVC campus on Sunday, April 29th with a game against Leslie University. We hope to see you there. If you can't make it, follow the action at svcathletics.com. Gentlemen, one last time, thanks for joining us today and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on Talking About Preseason with head coach Adam Skonieczki. Hey there, Mountaineer fans, and welcome back into baseball's Talking About Preseason. I am now joined by first-year SVC head coach Adam Skonieczki. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So we just heard from 3 of your guys. Let's ask you, how do you think the preseason has gone so far?
You know, I think it's been good. I think we've had a really good group of guys, good work ethic. They come to practice every day. They want to learn. They want to play hard, and they're competitive. And you know, those are some things that we really want to create in our guys, the competitive aspect, and you know, that'll translate on the field.
What have been your biggest takeaways and things that you've learned about your team over the last month or so?
Sure, and I think it goes back to the first question. They want to keep learning. They want to keep getting better. It's a new style of offense. It's a new defense. You know, new pitching stuff from Coach Arthur. So you know, there's a lot of information being thrown at them, and they're really soaking it up like a sponge. And you know, they've welcomed me with open arms, which has been outstanding for me and Coach Arthur. And they're really taking to the new teachings.
What's been the most impressive thing you've seen from your team during the preseason?
Sure. You know, I think we've made a lot of gains. You know, in terms of being better baseball players, just in the 2 weeks that we've been together. You know, starting from day one. You know, you gotta walk before you can run, if you will. And you know, just seeing the little things getting better, the buy-in, trusting the process, getting better at the little things, and you know, essentially, you know, hopefully seeing the big picture, which is, you know, winning baseball games.
You said trust the process. Joe Brame just mentioned that a couple times.
Sure.
Has that been a bit of a team motto for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's just been the buy-in to what we're doing and trusting what we're doing. You know, and you know, the process isn't always fun. I tell them that. You know, it's sometimes it's you know, a grind, if you will. But you know, we want to make sure that even though they're putting in a lot of work and a lot of effort, that at the end of the year we'll be able to reap the benefits of it.
You've got a good mix of freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. How do you think that bodes for you guys, not only this year, but moving the program forward through the next couple of years?
Sure. You know, I think we have 4 seniors graduating this year, which means you have 22 underclassmen, if you will, and it's just building blocks, you know, and if we can set the culture, set the foundation early, you know, the team essentially will run itself in terms of culture. You know, once we set that culture in stone and we get the guys on a regular schedule, if you will, then you know, we can really make strides in terms of you know, making some noise in the NECC.
What's been the biggest obstacle for you as a first-time collegiate head coach?
Sure. You know, I think just seeing the game from the baseball standpoint, not just worried about hitters or base running or you know, infield defense. It's the pitching aspect, the bullpen, how to manage a bullpen, when to get a guy, you know, and that's why Coach Arthur's going to be my right-hand man. You know, the pitching stuff is definitely going to be his baby, and he's going to take care of all that stuff. And obviously we'll work as a staff to make the best possible decisions, but I think he's going to help make that transition for me a lot easier.
How close do you think you guys are to being 100% where you and Coach Arthur want you guys to be? Are you there now? Is it going to take some time? Will you ever be there during the season?
You know, I think it'll definitely take some time. There's no telling when exactly we're going to be 100%. Yes, this is the product that we want. And I think the beauty about baseball, or any sport for that matter, is you can always be better. You know, and we're going to try to get our guys as ready as we can. You know, February 17th, and hopefully by the conference tournament, that's when we hit our full stride. And you know, whatever's in the future for us, you know. And I think as long as we're making improvements daily, which we are in practice, but it's gonna take a little adjustment to playing outside on a field, you know, against a different team that's not wearing green and gold, you know, or green and yellow rather. So we're optimistic that we're gonna keep making strides and getting better, and you know, we'll see what the future holds.
You mentioned the conference tournament. It's no easy shoe-in to get there. What do you think you guys are going to have to do in order to be in those top handful of teams and get to the postseason?
Right. You know, we preach to the guys, just worry about pitch by pitch. You know, we're not worried about the next game, the next weekend, the first conference weekend. You know, let's win this pitch. You know, let's win the at-bat. Let's win, you know, when we're on defense, let's win this play. You know, we got to take things little by little. And then again, you know, hopefully the big picture will start coming together. You know, and if we do the little things correctly, you know, little things are going to add up to big things, and you know, little things add up to wins, wins add up to, you know, good conference standing, and then, you know, hopefully getting in the conference tournament and beyond.
Zach Stacy just mentioned it a couple times of you guys have been stuck inside in the gymnasium. You're going to go up against a couple teams that had the chance to be outside in your first couple weekends here as you start the season. So how do you think that kind of plays, and do you use these first handful of games as more of just an extension of the preseason and practice, or do you think that you guys can really, you know, step off the hardwood and onto the grass and dirt and be really competitive?
Yeah, no, that's what I fully expect. You know, I think you know, it's a bad excuse. You know, you're in a gym all day, and hey, we've been playing baseball since we were 6 years old. You know, let's just go out and play and have fun. And you know, one of the things I preach to the guys is play free and easy. You know, go out there without fear of failure. You know, go out and have fun and play like you were when you were underhand pitch or in Little League. Just go have fun, play the game of baseball, play hard, play the game the right way, and then good things will happen. You know, we're going to make our mistakes, sure, but you know, we're also going to make mistakes in game 40. You know, and so to me, you know, it's no excuse. We've done as much as we can in that gym to get us prepared for week one. Now, sure, is it going to be a little different playing on a field? Absolutely, but again, I fully expect us to, you know, not make any excuses as to why we made an error or why we made a miscue. We're going to go out there and play hard and be competitive.
Obviously, you take a ground ball off the, you know, hardwood floor in the gymnasium, it's going to react a little differently than to the grass and the dirt, especially where they might be calling for some rain down in Tennessee this weekend and make for some soft field conditions. How important do you think that first infield outfield session is going to be in setting the tone for the rest of the year?
Oh, for sure. You know, we're going to have ground balls going all over the place in batting practice and in and out, just to make sure the guys have the feel of you know, being on a baseball field. You know, not just getting a nice hop every time you're on a hardwood floor or turf for that matter. So you know, we're going to make sure they're getting, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 ground balls in before the game even starts, so they get a feel for the field, they get a feel for their feet, their hands, and they can make the routine play.
Overall expectations for the year, what do you think about this team?
You know, I don't think you can put an exact win number on it. You know, again, I fully expect to be in the conference tournament. You know, I think that should be every coach's goal, and beyond. You know, and I think if you're just playing to you know, get better and make strides, you know, that's one thing. But you know, at the end of the day, you want to win. You know, and I know all 30 of our guys want to win. You know, they want to win baseball games, and that's the name of the game. So, you know, I'm going to do everything in my power. Our guys are going to do everything in our power to go out and win a lot of baseball games. And you know, again, we have to make sure that we're also learning and getting better. Learn from our mistakes early on and learn from our miscues. So by the time we are towards the conference play and at the end of the conference season, you know, we hit our full stride and we're ready to go.
Very good. There you heard it here first, folks. Once again, thanks for joining us and sitting down with us to chat a little bit today. Best of luck this weekend and best of luck this season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Check the live stream. Dun.